Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a yield farming platform for synthetics called Arable, which is very appropriate, of course, arable for arable land. So at its core, Arable is actually a farming and trading platform for synthetic assets. So it gives you as a user access to yield farm on a different number of blockchain networks, and you can do this all in one place. So the platform itself is actually designed specifically to eliminate the complexity of cross-chain farming. So with this platform, there's no need to wrap your assets, and as a user, you're not subjected to costly cross-chain bridging as well. And in addition to that, Arable also offers you low swap fees and no slippage, and you can easily track multiple assets across a number of different chains. So if you're new to yield farming, etc., to put it in simple terms, yield farming is essentially just the practice of farming for the best yields in DeFi markets, basically. So as a user, you can lend your let's say Ethereum or other ERC20 tokens on platforms such as Arable or Compound, and in exchange for that you will get a fixed or a variable interest rate. And you can also move your crypto around different platforms looking to take advantage of these different DeFi services. And you can also supply liquidity to a liquidity pool, which is also part of yield farming. So in just sort of a summary, it is basically simply trying to generate yields out of crypto, but rather than spot trading, investors actually use DeFi methods. And Arable is a platform that's actually specifically focusing on synthetic assets, which are derivatives of other assets or tokenized crypto assets that you can find on different chains. So give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll be guiding you through this whole process from how you can actually use the platform, and just to give you a little bit more insight into what synthetic assets are all about. So stay tuned. Make sure you give that like and a subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Let's get into it. So Arable is actually, like I said, a platform that provides synthetic derivatives of native chain assets to people who want to speculate and to people who want to get involved in yield farming. So as a user, you can do your farming and trade these synthetics on the platform, and the synths can actually either be pegged to fiat currencies or their equivalent native chain token. So the names of the synthetic tokens that are made available on the platform are prefixed with the letters AR for Arable. So for example, if it's a fiat or USD, for example, a dollar, it would be sort of prefixed with an AR. So it'll be ARUSD, and etc., etc. So if it's Ethereum, for example, AR ETH or ARBTC. So all synths on Arable are actually backed by Arable's own native token called ACRE, like an acre of land. And this is the native ecosystem token of this protocol. And the synths are also backed by other assets such as AVAX or USDT. So this platform is also on the Avalanche chain. So if you want to know more about Avalanche, I've also done an article just kind of touching on some of the top assets on the Avalanche blockchain. So let's dive into what actually makes Arable a unique protocol. So it offers users these synthetic versions of cryptocurrencies and synthetic farming, which makes it quite unique in DeFi, since any synths that users purchase on the DEX can also be farmed on the protocol. So this can be synthetics of native chain tokens or liquidity provided tokens. And the APR rates for farms are actually pegged to their native chain counterparts as well, just as normal synths are. So this actually means that you as a user are able to receive the same yield. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating. As far as looking at staking on the protocol itself, users of Arable can effectively stake ACRE, which is this native ecosystem token, and they can do that in exchange for rewards in the form of more ACRE tokens. So if you choose to stake ACRE as a delegator, you'll also be able to participate in governance of the protocol, and you can have a future say on, say, how the actual protocol gets governed and how it ends up developing in the future. And what is also interesting is the fact that the APR rate at which your rewards are distributed will actually change over time, since they're not fixed. And that is subject to the tokenomics as well. And for the purposes of just sort of giving you a quick demo, I just needed to make sure I get, some AVAX, and since that's the actual blockchain that Arable is launched on, and so I decided to send those AVAX from my non-custodial wallet to my AVAX MetaMask wallet, and I connected that through Pangolin. I've done a review of Pangolin as well, and then I swapped the AVAX tokens for ACRE. So once you're able to actually do that, you can see that the tokens are actually then credited to your MetaMask, and then all you need to do there is just simply swap on Pangolin. I did a little test transaction, so you'll also be prompted to confirm the swap and also accept the transaction fee when you do that. And you'll also be directed to MetaMask to make sure that you can confirm the transaction. And once you are, in a position where you want to submit that transaction, you can then verify that it actually has gone through and has been logged onto the blockchain. Snowtrace is the Avalanche C chain blockchain explorer that you can use to do that. And so once I did that, all I had to do was to go back to the main landing page. Arable.finance is the main landing page. And then I just relaunched the app, and just to see whether my ACRE token balance was updated. And, I can then use that to do my trading or staking or minting, or of course, yield farming, which is what this protocol is well known for. So another way you can actually use to check your balance of your tokens as well is to go back to your MetaMask. You'll have to import the ACRE token contract, which you can find on CoinMarketCap, for example. Or you can go to their main site. You should be able to get that, and you can then manually paste that contract address into your MetaMask. Simply add that token. You should be able to view your balance there as well. And if you choose to do general staking, you can do that. If you want to do delegated staking, you can also choose to do that, or you can also choose to stake with validators. If you stake with Arable, the tokens you provide are actually locked into a contract, and they're supposed to start generating rewards pretty much right away, and a user can claim their accumulated rewards directly into their wallet at each epoch, which is typically daily. So for the purposes of also just making sure you guys see how it all works, I actually decided to stake some ACRE tokens, which I acquired previously, and I did that in the ACRE staking pool, which looks like it's a pretty good offering, about 60% APR. So I just went to the staking pool section of the interface. I clicked start staking, and then you need to know that when you do choose to stake the full amount, or a partial amount, you can do that as well. So I just decided to stake the test token that I bought, and I did that. And then obviously you have to actually give the smart contract a permission to access the ACRE tokens in your wallet as well. And there's a very minimal fee, or a fee that's charged for doing this as well. So once your permissions are granted, you can then proceed to pay the gas fee and effectively just stake your token. So once your transaction is approved, you can also verify it on the Block Explorer, like I showed you earlier. And you can also see, how much you staked by just going to the actual dashboard. When it actually just comes to unstaking, should you want to, take your tokens off, which is something that they also call unbonding. You can do this pretty much at any time. However, you need to know that the tokens will remain locked for a waiting period of about 14 days from the point that you choose to unstake. And during this unbonding phase as a user, you won't receive any more rewards, of course, because you've opted out. But as a user, these new yield protocols, something that you should generally just temper with if you've had some experience, or just make sure you don't put a lot of funds into these platforms, because there are always associated risks with yield farming, if you've heard about impermanent loss and things of that nature. So make sure, if you do jump into things like this, I know a lot of us are really sort of on the down right now with our portfolios getting decimated with all the shenanigans that have been happening in the space. But of course, we don't stop working. We're always looking for where we can get some good yield. And this is just another platform that I wanted to look at, because I've been sort of focused on looking at platforms that are doing a lot of things, especially on Polygon and on Arbitrum, but I hadn't really touched on so many that I actually like call on Avalanche. So I just wanted to play around a little bit with this one. So let me know what you guys think. It's Arable.finance. Don't forget to check out links in the description to my books, Tokenized Trillions, Blockchain Applied. They deal with real world asset tokenization on the blockchain. If you want to support me, you can do that. I don't monetize this channel. It's effectively just an educational platform that I want to build alongside with you. If you want more diverse information, go to our main site. We've got free tools and resources. You can do comparisons on what crypto exchanges offer, what's best. You can also look at crypto debit cards. You can look at like a whole bunch of resources if you're interested in NFTs, in DeFi, in trading, a whole host of tools and things that you can really check out that will help you navigate your way in this ecosystem. Like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you guys here with another banger very soon. I love y'all. Peace.